The number one career secret that almost nobody knows. Hey, my name is Natalie Janine. I help employed corporate women land better paying jobs. So make sure you hit that subscribe button for career content. In 2015, I found myself looking for jobs. Girl, don't ever want to experience that again. At the time, I was under the impression that you submit a resume and sometimes a cover letter, and then you will get a job. However, I did 150 applications. Most people I didn't hear from. I received a lot of rejections, and I just didn't understand what I was doing wrong. I was a seasoned employee. I'd worked for politicians. I have been public speaking for nonprofits. Girl, I raised $1 million for one nonprofit with 3 speaking engagements. I'm that girl. I'm bringing skills to the table. So why am I having a hard time finding a job? What I learned is that people get jobs based on who they like, know, and trust, which means I had to be known by the hiring manager if I wanted this job. At the time, I didn't have that lingo. Let me take you back. I was exhausted. Can you imagine waking up, applying for jobs, eating breakfast, applying for jobs, showering, applying for jobs, eating dinner, applying for jobs, going to bed, thinking about applying for jobs, and doing the same thing the next day? Girl, I'm sure you know how I felt, right? And maybe that's what you're going through. I see so many people looking for work right now. Look at the market, girl. It's wild out there. So I need you to get your pen and paper because I really want you to have this tip so that you're not stranded and stuck applying to 150 plus jobs wondering, what's going on? Is it me? I'm here to tell you, it's not you. It's not you. What you may be doing that could help you is the hiring manager does not know your name. So after applying to 150 jobs, being really depressed, depleted my savings, girl, I couldn't even go out with my friends. That's how broke I was. Can you imagine? So let's make sure you don't experience the same thing I experienced. So when it came time for job 151, I said, I can't do what I've been doing. It is not working. I don't want to continue to put out a resume and cover letter and not hear back. So, girl, I will not do this again either. I reached out to an agency because I was like, I'm doing something wrong, so I cannot do the same thing and expect different results. When I reached out to the agency, they had me take a bunch of tests, trying to figure out where my skills are. Can I type? It was a lot. And I felt like the person was not hearing me. I told them what I was looking for. I was trying to get an admin. I had been an admin for a while. I wanted to make more money since I had career experiences, even though I was a recent college grad. That doesn't mean I need to start with admin. However, they sent me a job for $15 an hour. I was like, that's way too low. That's not really my skill set. So I left there feeling defeated. I was like, what is going on? Do I have to start from the bottom? Can somebody help me? So let me tell you what I did. I saw this job that I really wanted. And I was like, how am I going to make sure the hiring manager knows my name? So I reached out. Yes, I emailed the hiring manager. I had to do some digging. I needed to know who was the hiring manager. And so I Googled the position's name, looking for manager, the department, things like that. So you may have to do some digging in your research to find out who the manager is. What you want to do is sometimes the position will tell you the department's name. So Google the department and ask, Google literally, department's name, who is the manager? Oftentimes the hiring manager will come up. So then you'll have their name. Then you want to Google their email address and figure out that information. So I reached out to the hiring manager. We need to meet. You need to know Natalie Janine's Gates' name before I apply, because the research is showing us that up to 85% of roles are filled through networking. So we see these roles online and we're like, are they really available? Are these fake roles? Because I've applied to so many and no one's contacted me. What is the problem? So I found out who the hiring manager was. I reached out. We had a quick coffee chat, talked about the role, what they were looking for, what is the direction of the office. And I was like, okay, cool. Now I know what you're expecting. So I then applied and submitted information based on what they shared during the information review. The number one career secret that no one is talking about is you need to have an informational interview with the hiring manager before you apply. Because people hire who they like, know, and trust. So if your name is not known, they're not going to look at your application. So you want to make sure you reach out to them so they know your name before you put the application in. And then take notes during the information review. Come with your pen and paper, take notes, understand what they're looking for, understand how you are the missing piece to the puzzle. You want to make sure that they know you are a valuable piece to the team. If they don't hire you, their needs won't be met. Period. Okay. So we had that information review. I applied the next day or the day of, I can't remember, girl, that was almost 10 years ago. But what I will tell you is you want to apply within 24 hours. You need to stay on the top of their mind. So I applied quickly and guess what? Got an interview. Guess what? Got hired. Like that. I was like, I spent all this time applying to 150 jobs to be stuck on red. That's essentially what happened, right? And I realized after that experience that I was never going to apply for a job without the hiring manager knowing my name. I never wanted to experience applying to 150 jobs and being jobless. Girl, I found myself laid off, AKA fired. We're not gonna get into the facts of that because it's a long story and I shouldn't have been fired. It was retaliation. But let's move on, okay? So I found myself in 2020 being unemployed. Baby, y'all remember 2020? How many of us was unemployed in 2020? And I was in grad school. And I went to grad school because I believed that would help me land a better paying job. I'm here to tell you that ain't always the case. So I was in grad school, was jobless again. And I was like, okay, what am I going to do? Again, I was very clear on what I wanted to do and that I wanted to make more money. And I was not going to do admin. I was done with that. And I wanted something in my degree because I wasn't always working in my degree. So I saw this position I wanted. Guess what I did? The number one career secret. I got an informational interview because I knew that this employer needed to know my name. Baby, they don't know me. I don't know them. I didn't even know they really existed, okay? It was a small city between my big city, Portland, Oregon, no longer living there, and Clackamas. That's another bigger city. So we have this small city, and I'm like, I don't even know these people. They don't know me either. So I need you to know my name before I put this application in. I had another information interview. This time I had two. And I want to tell you why two may be a great idea. I had an information interview with someone who was on the team and would be my colleague. So I wanted to get their perspective about the role. I learned a lot and she was super happy with her role. So I was like, yes, baby, healthy work environment because I'm tired of the toxic ones. And then I had one with the hiring manager. Girl, I knew the hiring manager. I was like, yes! The hiring manager and I started on the board together years ago. I was like, yes, go me. So we talked. Again, I learned more about the role, the direction of the department, what they were looking for. I applied to the job. I interviewed for the role. It was supposed to be 3 interviews. I had 1 and they hired me because I was a great fit and they knew my name. And at that time, I think they said between 150 and 200 people apply for the role. That's very competitive. However, it didn't feel competitive to me because they knew my name. People hire who they like, know, and trust. As much as we want to be like, I want to get the role based on my credentials and my skills. I don't want it based on my name. Girl, up to 85% of roles are filled through networking, meaning most of us are using our name in our connects, our names in connects. I've also used previous managers. I've used people in my network and saying, hey, do you know anybody that works here? If so, can you reach out to them and tell them I'm looking for a job? I like what they have posted. I've gotten jobs that way. So what am I telling you? The number one career secret that almost nobody talks about or knows about is asking for an informational interview before you ever apply for a role. I was super thankful in graduate school. A professor of mine shared, you should never apply for a role if they don't know your name. And I was like, oh, that's really a thing. You confirm what I believe, but now I have somebody confirming it. So the next time you see a position that you are interested in, make sure you ask for an informational interview before you ever apply. If this was helpful, make sure you leave a comment. I would love to interact with you. I am here to help you. If you have questions, leave a comment. I got you. Again, my name is Natalie Janine. I help employed corporate women land better paying jobs. I look forward to connecting with you.